So after 24 hours in the acid bath, I brought the bear skin out and set it up on this post here. And you can see I gave it a second flushing. So I flushed it again after my initial flush. And I used this angle grinder tool with this edge. And I don't know, this thing works great. I love it. It does a good job getting the stuff off. So this is a flap disc, 120 grit aluminum oxide. And you can see all the extra stuff I got off today. I'll do the same thing again tomorrow and the day after. So 3 days of the acid salt bath. And every morning I give about 2 hours of flushing to really get the hide down to the part where I can see the black hair follicles and they're practically exposed. That's what my object is. Thank you. All right, I'm back. The bear hide has been soaking for 3 days. Every day in the morning I've taken it out and flushed it with an angle grinder tool to try to get off as much fat and grease as I can. And now I'm going to drain it. And I got some baking soda here. Each one of these cost me like 50 cents, so another $1. I'm going to use about 24 ounces of baking soda to neutralize the acid bath. But first I'm going to take out the skin, drain it, and then I'm going to fill this up with some clean water and add the baking soda. All right, so here is the skin. Ugh. It's nice to have a big bathtub to do this in. So do it in a big bathtub, or also do it outside in a giant tub. This is a pretty good spot here. Just drain off all the liquid first before you make your neutralizing bath. And I'm going to soak it in the neutralizing bath for 45 minutes. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm just going to lay this aside and then get going on making the bath. Okay, let's turn off that for now. Alright, so I made a little error. I told you I was going to soak it in the neutralizing baking soda bath for 45 minutes. That was my mistake. I only soaked it for 15 minutes. And now I'm preparing about a half cup, maybe 1 cup of bleach solution to kill all the microorganisms on the hide. So I'm preparing that in another water bath here. And I'm switching to these 47-liter containers. It's a little easier to maneuver the bear around in. So again, I'm just going to pick up the hide to drain the solution. And once it stops, I'm going to put it in the bleach solution. So I'll put this in the bleach when it stops dripping here in a second. Good enough. Alrighty. Alright, it's been soaking in that bleach solution for 10 minutes. So I'm going to pull it out. I'm just going to drain the water off. And then I'm going to put it in a solution of Dawn. This cost me $1 at Walmart. And I'm just going to probably use the majority of this as a degreaser. I'm going to rub it in on the back of the bear and on the front. and just soak them for 10 minutes in another soapy solution here. All right, so I took my bear out of the Dawn. I rinsed him like 4 times, and I went outside and I did the angle grinder one more time in a few spots. I spent about an hour outside. Now I brought it back in for a second soaking in Dawn. And now I'm going to rinse it about 3 or 4 times till there's no more suds. And then I'm going to give it a shampoo with the Kiwi Lime Squeeze Clarifying Shampoo. And then I'll rinse that. And then I will condition it with some Cherry Blossom Conditioner, VO5. And then I will take it out and just kind of dry it a little bit, then roll it up and put it in the freezer until my tanning agent comes in. Thank you. Make sure you check with your wife before you do this, or if you're single, like I am right now, you don't have to worry about that. But there is 0 water in this bathtub. This is all suds from working that shampoo in. I've been scrubbing this sucker for about 15 minutes. I'm going to rinse it off, and then I will condition him, actually. All right, trying to finish this baby up. So I sewed a couple of holes that were in the hide. There's some rot that I cut out, and so we'll see what's going to happen. So basically, I'm going to tan it now. I'm using Rattels, R-A-T-T-E-L-S, Easy 100, and I have about 15 gallons of water here. I'm going to add this whole package, and then 8 pounds of salt. All right, my bear hide has been soaking in the tanning agent for 16 hours, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 12. Yeah, 16 hours. I'm going to pull it out, drain it for about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to apply the hot oil, and I'll take a little video of that. All right, so I made a Pro Plus oil combo. I used 1 part oil and 2 parts hot water, and I used a 2-inch paintbrush, and I did it all on the inside of the hide. Then I rolled it up skin to skin, hair to hair, and I'm going to sweat it for, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours. Then I'm going to unfold it, let it start to dry, and I'll start breaking the fibers by stretching it. I did lose some area to rot. I have a nice hole on one of the sides, and I might just leave it, or I might try to patch it up. There is a spot missing on the head too, about a 1/4 inch of hair, and I think I'll patch it with some of that. But all in all, I think it might come out not too bad. I'll let you know. All right, so here's the final product of the Roadkill bear. As you can see, I just slipped an old skull into its head. So it's obviously not perfect. It had some rot, but I sewed it up and I was able to recover certain parts. But, you know, it's a bear skin. You can use it in the science lab and have students measure things and, you know, use it for a lab. So there you go. Home tan bear skin. So in closing, I just wanted to review what I did for this bear. So I filled skinned it, then I flushed the hide. I used non-iodized salt overnight. I shook it off, then I flushed the bear in the morning. Then I put the bear skin in an acid brine for 3 days. And you see my recipe there. And each morning I removed the hide and I flushed it some more. Each time I used my angle grinder on a flushing board. Then I neutralized the hide. And you see my recipe there. I soaked it for 40 minutes. And after I neutralized it, I actually rinsed it in water. Then I disinfected the hide. You see my recipe. Then I rinsed it in water. Then I degreased the hide by using Dawn liquid soap. And then I actually rinsed it 3 times. Then I shampooed the hide, actually in my bathtub. and I rinsed it 2 or 3 times with water. Then I conditioned the hide, and I rinsed it 2 or 3 times after that. Then I drained the hide by hanging it up over the shower. Then I tanned the hide using Ratel's ZZ100 tanning package, and I used the whole bag of powder, 8 pounds of non-iodized salt, and 15 gallons of water, and I kept it submerged in the water for 16 hours. Then I rinsed the hide, I drained it again, and then from the tanning kit, I applied Warm Pro Plus oil on the skin side. And you see the recipe, and I used a paintbrush. Then I rolled the hide up, skin to skin, to sweat it, which allowed the oil to penetrate through the hide. That took about 6 hours. Then I unrolled the hide, I laid it out to air dry on a table, and I broke and worked the skin as it dried. Then I combed the hide, shook it, and fluffed it up a little bit. And I do say that I did sew up some holes where there was rot and cut out some bad parts. And I did the stitching after I had washed after the conditioning. So I did it right before I tanned it. And then I even did some after I oiled it. There were a couple spots while it was still soft. I decided to go ahead and stitch it up. So anyways, not bad for a roadkill bear. Better than nothing. And like I said, it is usable and salvageable here. All right, not perfect, but again, not a total loss either. Thank you for watching.